light over here too. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Coletrain interviews. This is our second interview of 2025. Cannot believe that as of this recording, we are 18 days into the new year already. January always has feel like it got somewhere to be, but welcome back to the Coletrain interviews. We tried to do this the first time and it sucked. It felt like we were both underwater the last time we did this with audio, but we're here today back where Mr. Jordan is in the building here for this edition of the Coletrain interviews for the Train Talks podcast. How are you doing, Jordan? You see him, guys. He's a wrestling fan. He got the United States Championship. Let's see how he's doing.
Well, I'm doing great, Mr. CT Productions. I appreciate the invite. We did have some technical difficulties, a lot of them, and now we're back live in living color. And as you see, I am the current United States Championship. You guys can comment down below if Mr. CT here would like to challenge for this championship, and if he does, and if he listens to you guys, we'll see what happens.
For sure, I have been challenged, guys, but I will only do it if I see 5 comments that says that I should go for that United States Championship. I need 5 comments in the comment section down below. Should I take that belt from Jordan? Let me know in the comments down below, y'all. And make sure y'all hit this like button too. We're looking here for about 20 likes on this podcast. 20 likes, as this is Wreslemania season, and we're trying to get as many people on as possible as the new year is here and popping. And so first off, Jordan, since we see that United States Championship, we see that amazing shirt you have on. I think that's a Roman Reigns shirt, Record Winning Leaf. Yep. Whenever he came back in 2020. I always ask this question for everybody that comes on here that is a wrestling fan. How did you get started into watching wrestling? What's your story, man?
My story goes all the way back to I was a little kid. I want to say I was around the age of 4 or 5. I watched the episode of SmackDown, and it was just like this crazy ladder match that had like the Hardy Boys, like the Undertaker was there, Shawn Michaels was there, and like overall the TV taping was great. But what really made it like for me to like love wrestling was going to WrestleMania 30 in 2014, 2015.
14,
season.
yes.
Yeah. Going there in New Orleans since we're around Louisiana, so we I went there, bro, and the amount of emotion I felt in that night could not have been better. I mean, from the Usos versus the New Age Outlaws to the first ever Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that was won by Cesaro after seeing him actually pick up the Big Show, all the way to the main event where you had Daniel Bryan versus Triple H, and then you had the triple threat match when it was Batista, Orton, and Daniel Bryan, and then for Daniel Bryan to win it at Mania, the celebration, all that to just come crashing down with Brock Lesnar and Undertaker when Brock Lesnar beat the streak. The amount of emotions that night was deafening, but it made you love.
It was deafening. Yes, it did. That WrestleMania, man, I was supposed to be there. We might have met 10 years ago, but I said 10 years ago. 11 years ago. Jesus, it's been 11 years. It's 2025 now. But my dad had to go into work that weekend and he couldn't bring me. So as a treat, we purchased the WWE Network and I watched it from my house. It was the first WrestleMania I watched like genuinely live in like about like 5 to 6 years at that point, because the last time we watched the WrestleMania like live was when they bought it, and that was around like WrestleMania 20 like 5 or 6. They bought that one. But yeah, it was an insane night. I think that being there in 2018, 4 years later, like after you went to 30, going to 34 was memorable. I'll never forget that night. I remember every spot. every entrance. I still have some of them on my phone. Um, I seen the Undertaker entrance in person. Him making that slow walk is still one of the greatest entrances I've ever seen in person. The fireballs, the smoke, the dark, the aura, and being a massive Undertaker fan that I am, it just put a smile on my face. And then Daniel Bryan coming back, seeing Daniel Bryan wrestle in person for the first time ever was great. And seeing my lifetime favorite, AJ Styles, wrestle was awesome. Also great. Even though the match sucked. But it was still great moment seeing him and Shinsuke. It wasn't like the Wrestle Kingdom ones, but it was all right.
I ain't gonna lie, nothing will beat. I don't think a lot of WrestleMania matches beat Wrestle Kingdom matches in New Japan, bro.
No,
That's my take. Wrestle,
that's my take too.
hey, if you know, you know. As a wrestling fan, Wrestle Kingdom and the G1 tournaments, bro, they go crazy. You know, especially like during that time frame where Shinsuke and AJ were both in WWE. You know, you still had the Bullet Club over there. You still had um a lot of great like known Japanese names, notable names at least.
Mm-hmm.
And which despite them two being gone, Japan was still carrying those tournaments, and they were still carrying um a lot of views, and I was one of
Yeah,
them because
yeah,
I
absolutely.
started watching
I
them.
agree with that. Opening my minds, and shout outs to my CTP crew, shout outs to Super Kid Gaming, Expert Gaming, and all of them, J&W Boss. Opening my mind to different sets of wrestling has really made me become a fan even more. I
Mm.
I know that you probably were the same way. Were you just a WWE fan for a long time, or
No,
when you started watching everything?
yeah. Well, at first I started watching WWE, but that's because I only knew WWE.
Right, right. Same
Eventually I
here.
discovered, yeah, but eventually I discovered like all the indie promotions and all the other big, competitors of WWE like TNA, New Japan, Lucha Underground when that came out, um, MLW, like all these different shows that they were having, especially when NXT came around when they moved it. But yeah, I started watching pretty much everything, and especially with the scheduling that they have now, there being AEW now and all that stuff. There's really a wrestling show every day of the week, so you always are willing to catch something, whatever you have the time for it.
See,
So
see, I'm gonna say this to say, Jordan, we would love to have you in CTP with that mindset. I'm just putting it out there. Hey,
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 hey.
Super Kick expert. If y'all watching, you heard it here first. This is not just a WWE fan. This is an all around guy. He
Yeah.
said some of the Wrestle Kingdom matches were better than WrestleMania. That's the one. I'm I, I'm putting
Hey,
the invitation out there. I'm letting the masses know we're always hiring.
to,
Just
to
saying,
to the
always
CTP
hiring.
crew, I will always take it on. It will be an honor, and I will take applications. You just tell me what you need, I'll do it. And that's it.
Y'all heard it here first, and I'm gonna send them this video. They're going to watch it. Y'all heard it here first. He would love to join us, and I'm just saying, with that wrestling knowledge, I think he'll be a good fit, y'all. What y'all think in the premiere chat that's watching this? What y'all like Jordan and CTP? Let me know in the premiere chat.
10 likes.
Um,
10 likes. I'll be there.
take 10
10,
likes, man. We
10
gotta
likes, I'll be there.
yeah, perfect. Like how Ty Ginger was the perfect 10. Yeah, 10,
Eh,
10. Remember yeah, remember that phase? That was a good
I
time.
hated that. I hated it though. I hated him. I ain't gonna lie, I did not like Ty Dillinger. Okay, listen to me. Listen to me. That's gonna make some
Okay,
people
hold
mad.
on. We
Wait,
gotta hear him out,
hear,
y'all.
hear me out. Hear me out. Great wrestler, right? But
Okay.
his gimmick of being the perfect 10 was absolute garbage. I'm not gonna lie. Cause the perfect 10, right? Like for one, your motion is pretty good. Okay, you enter the Royal
Hmm.
Rumble at number 10, of course. Back in what was it, 2017 or 2018 Royal Rumble? You enter
Yeah.
that, right? And
Hmm.
you don't even like be in the ring that long. I get it, you were NXT at the time, and it did make it did make the pop that it got and the recognition because that kind of started NXT competitors entering the Royal Rumble. So it did have a legacy. It did, and I'll give it that. But and don't get me wrong, I'm not. I don't want to be like sound like a bandwagon, but I didn't watch a lot of Ty Dillinger matches. But when I did watch those matches, I wasn't really moved by it. But that don't mean I'm a hater. Like I still think he's a great wrestler, especially like Sean Spears. I just think his gimmick was trash. I think the Perfect 10 gimmick was trash. Him being Sean Spears though, he's great.
Absolutely. I think that Sean Spears is way better than Ty Dillinger. I agree. As a like growing into adulthood teenager around the time, yes, I was a fan of Ty Dillinger because I thought it was something cheesy. I was still in that teenager phase.
Yeah.
But as I grew older and I got into my later high school years, I was nah. No, it didn't really impress me as much
And
when like later on in life.
yeah. I mean, as you grow older, you'll realize that like some things in WWE that you thought that worked when you were a kid doesn't work in like not like today's world. It didn't work then. So you know, and there are certain wrestlers in WWE who were ahead of their time. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
but because they were so ahead, it made like their first runs look terrible. And so what do they do?
Who
They
do
go
you
to
come to
one.
mind that said that they were ahead of their time? Like let's piggyback to
I
2014, 15,
I have
16,
I
and
have
say,
I have about four names. About four
okay,
names.
lay it on me.
One, I'm gonna say Drew McIntyre.
Okay, I
Probably,
agree
probably,
with
not,
that.
probably the number one. Number two, Jack Swagger or Jake Hager, as he's now known. He was ahead of his time.
Oh, 100%. 100%, especially during that era.
Um, Another person during that era, I should say, was John Morrison, ahead of his time.
Way ahead of his time. I'm telling you, if
Uh,
John Morrison had that gimmick in like 2023, 4, 5 that he had back then,
mhm.
he'll be a world champion right now.
In
100%.
NXT, in NXT,
And
I
NXT,
would not.
yes.
Yes, he'll be
I give it
NXT
that.
World Champion because there's a lot of high flyers in NXT right now, and that would be dope. But and another name I have to think about. I didn't think three who ahead of their time in WWE, especially like during the PG era. The I'm gonna be honest, he's underrated, but I think he was ahead a little bit. I'm gonna say Rusev.
If yeah, I think that if Rusev would have kept that gimmick a little bit longer and didn't like get released and Triple H took over earlier, then yeah, he would have been like Rusev Day would have been some of the hottest things for
Do,
years.
do I want to say CM Punk because he left? I want to, but that man's been wrestling since I was born, so I'm not even gonna say CM Punk.
No, I don't know. CM Punk was not ahead of CM Punk was perfectly fine. He left because his body was breaking down, and if he didn't, he might not be here right now if he didn't leave. So
Nah, not necessarily.
it was that bad.
Yeah, but I would say that like CM Punk said in his promo, like either it was no, it was last week. He didn't hate the company. He just hated the guy in charge, which was Vince. So you take that, and Vince McMahon refused to pull the trigger to bring CM Punk back, which is why I think it took so long for CM Punk to get back to WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as Triple H pretty much got head of creative, a year later at Survivor Series, you have Randy Orton return. All of a sudden, the show's over. Everyone's celebrating the ring. Boom! You hear that static, and you already know who it is. Plus, you're in Chicago. Oh man, CM Punk himself is bigger than almost bigger than Michael Jordan in Chicago. To be honest,
Pretty much.
like
It
bro,
was it was the
they
perfect return, and I fully believe him. I think that if you go back and watch the Colt Cabana interview, he did have some feelings towards Triple H at the time, but it was mainly Vince McMahon that he did not like. Vince
Mhm.
McMahon was the reason why he left. He did all that stuff for Vince, and he was not repaid for it. He was not given the rightful main event that he should have gotten at WrestleMania 29. That should have been the main event. I don't care what anybody says. Don't get me wrong, Twice in a Lifetime was cool, but Cena and Rock had their main event the year before. CM Punk should have got it. He should have got his against the Undertaker because his match with the Undertaker was way better than Twice in a Lifetime, 100 times better.
Yes. So I'm gonna be honest. All right, Mr. Cole, I have a question for you now.
Okay.
Um, what is one of the biggest hot takes in wrestling in general that you
Well, I don't know if this is a big hot take, but I felt like to me the Undertaker should have lost his streak to Roman Reigns.
have? Okay, I'm
Simple.
not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Um, I would have said Bray
He
Wyatt.
should have beat Brock Lesnar, and either he should have lost it to a year later to Bray Wyatt, or
Mhm,
Roman Reigns should have beaten him and he should have retired.
mhm,
That's my hot take. Reigns should have beat him in 2017, and Undertaker should have retired after that.
mhm.
With one loss at WrestleMania, he should have never came back after that. I don't think that he needed to wrestle another 3 years after that.
I mean, kind of didn't. I mean, he did, but like, I think he only had like what two matches following that, and then he
Oh
retired.
no, 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 no.
Or
He had a
or was
couple.
it
He felt no.
wait
He felt
2017? Was that wait? Was that the year they fought at SummerSlam? No, that was next year. That was the year. Wait, no, because 2017 it was Brock and Randy because Randy was coming back. Well, Brock beat the ever living shit out of him. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to say that. But
no, you're fine. We're
um,
past a minute and a half, so I get paid.
all right, but yeah, Brock Lesnar, them elbows, man. I felt bad for Randy. He returned just to get pummeled like that was made me mad. But if I had to think, the
Yeah.
timeline of Undertaker matches just goes because
So,
you have
so
so.
I can tell you, I can tell you because I watched the Last Ride documentary 2 times. So
Mhm,
in 2017, he only wrestled 1 time. He wrestled against Roman Reigns, and he had them decrepit knees. Okay, his knees was giving out on him. That's why that match was so bad. So he went out, and everybody thought that it was legit over because he told Vince McMahon that this is his last match. Roman was going to go down, beat him, and he was going to go down a loser. That's what he told Vince. So everybody thought that he was retired. So what happened that summer was he watched that match again. He kept watching it over and over and over again, and he seen how horrible the match was. And he was like, "Oh no, I can't go out like this." So that's why he came back in 2018 and wrestled John Cena. He thought that he was going to get a 30-minute match with John Cena, and he trained like he was literally he was going to be in the ring for 1 hour. For like 9 months, he did cardio. He got in shape. He looked the best he ever looked since like his Triple H matches. That, in my opinion, in 2018. So, but the match with Cena was only 30 seconds, but he felt great. So that's why he kept coming back in 2018. I think he had like 4 or 5 matches in 2018. Then the next year, the Goldberg crap happened
we ain't gonna
where
talk
he
about it.
got dropped.
That's all you have to say. That's all you have to say.
Yes,
We will not talk about that.
The Goldberg stuff happened, and then he was like, "Oh no, I'm not going on like that again." And then AJ Styles happened. So he wrestled about. I'll give him like no. I'm missing the timeline because don't forget about the DX thing too.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I
why
know, but
that's why he came back
I'm
with
not trying to hear.
Goldberg because yeah, okay. DX
And then we have
happened in 18, and then 19 the Goldberg
was the
thing happened, and then the AJ Styles happened after that.
yeah the boneyard match. Yeah.
Yes,
Um.
and then that was then he was fully satisfied, and then that's when he retired. I was saying that if he would have kept the streak and
Mhm,
Roman beat him and then the streak was over, I think that that would have been a good way to fully retire. He
mhm.
puts the hat and gloves down and he rides off into the sunset with Roman Reigns being the only man to ever beat him at WrestleMania. Because
Well,
I
they did
always
have.
felt that Brock Lesnar didn't deserve it.
What was
He
that?
didn't need it.
They had a tag team match. Where it was Roman and Undertaker on Raw,
That was
and
Extreme Rules 2019.
yeah, okay,
That
yeah, I
was
forgot.
that was when him and Roman teamed up. I think they faced Shane McMahon I don't remember who it was. Was it
I
Shane
don't
and
either.
Kevin?
Shane and
I don't
who?
even remember.
Was it Shane
No,
and Drew?
Shane and
Yeah,
Drew, because people thought that the next year they were teasing Roman, no, Undertaker and Drew McIntyre, but then McIntyre won the Rumble, and then all that got shifted.
hmm
Yeah.
but
Um.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my hot take that I would.
Okay.
That's the only really the biggest hot take I have. That he should have never lost the streak. She should have lost it to Roman Reigns, and that should have been it. Because I think those 3 years, you really need to see that. If that timeline would have happened, then yeah, I would have never seen him wrestle in person. But I mean, as a fan, I would have been content because hey, you know, it was the greatest streak of all time. Roman Reigns beat it, and they could have turned him heel. We could have got the tribal chief about 7 years earlier than we got. So,
And that's
um,
another thing too. I think the crowd was just over the big dog version of Roman Reigns.
oh yeah, of
That
course, you can
that
obviously tell
you know
that.
that yeah that it just like made like even though as good as Roman was, like it just made him look like so bad. They're like beating the Undertaker, like pretty much the people's champ, pretty much of WrestleMania,
Yeah,
and you're gonna
right.
beat him, dog. Instead of the crowd cheering for an epic match, bro, he got booed out of the stadium. But Roman's been he was like he was being booed like back in 2015. Dude, did you not did hear the boos when he won the 2015 Royal Rumble?
Yeah, that's
Dude,
the last time
that
that's the last time The Rock got booed until last year.
mhm.
The
And
Rock
that was
he came out, he put it he held Roman Reigns' hand up, and he was like, he was looking at it,
yeah. Uh-huh.
he was like, huh? They booing me
Yeah.
too? I got booed too? Yeah, yeah, you got booed, boy. Yes, you did. Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um my hot
it was
take.
just the right time, honestly, bro.
Yeah, and, Undertaker will forever be my favorite wrestler of all time. Never
Of
be.
course. He's
I'm
the
not
reason
putting
I
that
started
away.
watching wrestling.
Yeah. But my biggest hot take would have been Jeff Hardy could have been bigger than John Cena for sure if he didn't get released.
You
That
seen that quote that Jeff Hardy actually talked about that. He said
hmm
that he would have been a bigger star than John Cena if he would have never got released. And
Yep.
I agree with him.
I
I
100%.
agree.
I mean, they were pretty much the same character, except that movesets were just completely different. You
Yeah,
had John Cena.
he was the better wrestling version of John Cena.
hmm Especially during
Just
that
that
time
simple.
because anybody who watched his run from like '07 all the way to like technically 2010, even when he was in TNA, that was a great run. And I just think that, bro, like the charisma, the energy, the way the crowd was behind him. There's only one other person who could do that, and that's John Cena. But the only thing that Jeff didn't have was enough championships. But I feel like the company would have given him that for sure because he definitely earned it.
The reason why Jeff Hardy wasn't as big is because of drugs.
Yep.
Just that
But
simple.
yep. And people don't.
His like not getting the help when he needed to get it was the reason why he never ascended to John Cena levels of popularity and John Cena levels of success, because
And
they
that's
had
a.
him. They
Mhm.
he could have been the face of SmackDown or whatever, wherever they want to put him, if he would have never got released. That was your second guy.
Mhm. Now, and Jeff had some great rivalries too within the company. He definitely had the matches, especially like especially when it was with Matt. You know, so like when when he had that singles run, it was just beautiful. Especially
It
like when he
was.
won the title, especially when he won the title for the first time, bro. I was jumping up and down because I was waiting for Jeff Hardy to win it. So I was ecstatic. You know what I mean? So that definitely, definitely is my high take. Um,
Yeah, and like I was really disappointed how Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy's second run when they came back in 2017 went. Like it started off great, and then it was just like, dang,
well,
you
Matt Hardy
know.
got injured. Really, that's what it was. Matt Hardy got injured during that point in time, which is why Jeff had another singles run. Because keep in mind, he did capture both the mid card titles.
Yeah, he did. He won the US and IC belt. I think he did. He won both.
Yeah. Yeah, and that wasn't really a bad look for him, but especially like when the pandemic started and WWE just started releasing everybody, randomly. Like, I mean, that just down went downhill from there. But
Yeah,
it went
because like
it went downhill in wrestling in general. So
yeah, because like they did that, and like Matt and Jeff got released, and now they're over there in AEW, and like it just really just I'm trying to put it in the words like. I was like disappointed in the run, but like you're right, he like Matt did get injured, but then they never like I felt like Vince never gave him a chance after that.
oh, he definitely didn't.
You
As a
know?
tag team, he definitely didn't give nothing after that. But
Yeah.
to be honest, like I think also that with today's wrestling, bro, you're seeing a lot of AEW/WB talent kind of cross each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're saying ex WB stars in AEW, you see ex AEW stars in WWE. What's your take on um like how do you feel about that? Like when you see somebody who has the legacy in WWE go to a different company versus AEW, because we did just get Penta from AEW, right? I hope Ray Phoenix follows soon because I would love to see the Lucha Brothers like themselves in WWE to revive the tag team division because that shit's ass right now. But yeah, what's your take on the back and forth of superstars or wrestlers?
Um, I think it's great for the business. Like I said, with well, I don't know when this interview is going to come out, but I said this when I got interviewed for the Creator Spotlight with UKW. I think having a lot more options in professional wrestling is great for the business. WWE was on a downhill spiral before AEW came, and then with the luck of things getting exposed, we don't have Vince McMahon at the head of creative anymore, and WWE is making as twice as much money than they've ever made in their history. They're breaking records every month. And that would not have happened if Vince McMahon was still in charge. I fully believe that. That plays a factor. Also, with AEW existing, WWE has to try hard again. They do. They have to be a premier brand because now I can say if AEW is red hot, AEW has two shows. I can say I don't have to watch Raw and SmackDown. I can watch AEW Collision and Dynamite. I can say, let me go pull up the TV and watch TNA now. TNA is on fire again. I can go watch New Japan. I have more options than what I did 15 years ago.
Yeah,
Because when
for
WWE was
sure.
really the biggest card in town, and that's where everybody aspired to be. There's people that don't want to step foot in that company ever in their life. And that's fine. They don't have to. You don't have to go there now. And that's the beauty and thing I love about the backwards and forth. Because now if AEW talent feel like they can't make it in AEW, they can say, all right, WWE's over there. Let me go see what I can do over there. Or if there's some WWE talent that at this time period are not getting the recognition that they deserve, they can wait till their deal's up and go sign with the AEW, which is another top premier company, and they can still make millions of dollars. So I feel like it's a win-win for everybody here in pro wrestling. I want to ask this to you though. Um, are you a big AEW fan or you just watch it casually?
I don't even watch it casually, brother. I literally just probably just keep up with it if something major happens. Other than that, like I don't. I ain't gonna lie. I did kind of stop watching like all the other promotions. I'm really sticking to WWE right now. But every once in a while, I will check out New Japan. I will check out TNA. Just see what's going on in the companies. Because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
superstars do move nowadays, and like like you said, it's great for business. So it's like you never know what's gonna happen in each company. You never know who's gonna return, or who they just signed. Like, and that's the element of surprise is why I think wrestling is also the best sport that we have because the element of surprise really transcends like every other sport. Like you can watch the NFL and watch Patrick Mahomes return from injury and watch him throw like 400 yards, and we'll just be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he was doing that before. That's not crazy. We could watch Undertaker come back, be in the shape of like he was in '07 and completely go being dominant again if he wasn't retired, and people will be like, oh shit, we got Undertaker back. Man, let's turn up for real. Like the amount of things that you never know what's gonna happen. Because I think while WWE does follow a script, and so does all of professional wrestling and all sports,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you never know what's gonna happen next. Never. And
And
that's
that's the beauty
what.
of it, me.
And that's not only is that the beauty of it, bro, but it's the realistic part of it. And because for every person that like, I always have at least like one out of like four friends. Oh, wrestling fake. And the first thing I say is, guess what? So is the NBA, so is the NFL, so it's pretty much every other sport that you watch or care about, and so is every movie, TV show. Like I go all in. Like, bro,
I'll
of
be
course it's
like,
a
when
script.
people say wrestling's fake, is okay. Do you watch movies? Yeah, I do. Do you
Script.
well, you know that those are not real people, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I also be like, okay, do you watch TV? Yeah, I do. I love watching TV. I watch this show, that show, that show, that show. Okay, you know all of those things are scripted, right? Just like wrestling. But the only difference from movies and TV is, okay, you see how CM Punk right there tore his ligament right there? That ain't that ain't fake. He actually
that
did that.
that wasn't supposed to happen. You see how Seth Rollins like torn every bone in his knee? That wasn't supposed to
That
happen.
ain't that wasn't supposed to happen. You see how Undertaker got concussed right there, and he's actually out cold. That ain't supposed to happen.
You saw how Shane and Vince both tore their quads and Triple H? That wasn't supposed to happen. Now
You
that I
see what
think
I'm
about it, that's
saying?
actually pretty funny. Every person related to Vince actually tore their quads.
That
Vince
is
did
that
it.
is
Vince
it's
did it.
hilarious.
Triple H did it. Shane did it.
So so every
That's
time
hilarious.
someone tells me wrestling is fake, I pull up professional wrestling injuries, and I send that video to him. Okay, if it's fake, watch that.
And there's a reason.
Why is this knee buckled? Why is his ankle broken? Why why his leg is bent like that? Why his arm bent like this? It's
If you're
fake though,
following,
right?
if you're following a script to get injured, you either love your role too much or you just want to hurt yourself on purpose for some odd reason. Like, and there's no and
Come
like
on.
wow, and plus it's entertainment, right? So, but guess what? What is the NFL and NBA labeled as? Entertainment. So, and
They're entertainment properties. All of sports is entertainment. And all of sports has things where you can hurt yourself. You can hurt yourself definitely in the NFL. You can hurt yourself definitely in the NBA. You can hurt yourself playing soccer. You can hurt yourself doing anything, really.
and I
Really,
asked
you
my
can hurt
friends
yourself doing
this, and I
anything.
said, all right, let's say me and you are reading a script right now. I have to body slam you on a ring that's made out of a thin ass mat and wood. Are you telling me you're not gonna feel pain? All right then. If you ain't gonna feel
Okay.
pain, if I came at you with my body weight and I just slammed my body into yours, would would you feel pain?
You would. Or I have to climb this ladder and someone has to throw me off this ladder. You're telling me that they don't feel nothing when
Keep in
someone
mind,
choke slams them off a ladder or throws them off a ladder into a table. They don't feel anything. They just hit the mat and be like, "Oh, this doesn't hurt."
and oh, you telling me I have to get hit with a steel chair in my back? All right, so if I take this steel chair, an actual steel chair, right now, and I swing it across your back as hard as I can, you telling me you ain't gonna feel that?
Or I get a kendo stick and I just keep hitting your legs. You ain't gonna feel that.
Yeah, and so like those are like just some examples you can use, and I'm just
Just
like,
just just prime examples of when somebody tells me that wrestling is fake. The first thing I do when I hear it, I pull up a YouTube video and I tell them, watch all these injuries. and come back to me and tell me if that's fake or not.
And
And they'd be like, "Oh my god, he's actually hurt."
and
No,
bro, and bro,
bummer.
you don't even gotta look at it from a injuries perspective, storyline perspective. If you were to watch the story of how Cody Rhodes came back to WWE, finished his story at WrestleMania 41, what what would you be doing right now? You'd be celebrating right now, and that's the best part about it. My bad, I had an interruption,
You're good. You're good. You're good.
but yeah, I'm saying like if you were to watch Undertaker's Last Ride documentary, if you were to watch Damian Priest's documentary, it's more than just actual wrestling. These are real people who have to
Real
live pretty
people.
much who have to live separate lives between what they used to do before they got into wrestling. Because wrestling is also a business. You don't even get to
It
see a
is.
family. Think about Drew. Drew McIntyre explained like the road of a WWE superstar is very lonely, really. Like you're away from your family, especially like when your family's on
Unless
the
your
other side
wife
of the
works with the
country.
company, it's lonely.
Exactly.
It's lonely.
Like Seth Rollins has a kid. His wife is a female superstar, and you're telling me, bro, you're trying to become a father while being on the road like that, bro? Come on now. Like, bro, these are actual people who have plans in their lives eventually. And, like being on a WWE road is actually hard because you're traveling city to city, putting on these shows. It's not just and for people who aren't wrestling fans that watching this, it's not just Raw and SmackDown and all this. They're having Raw, live events, Saturday night main events, pay per views, all within like a week, and you're steady moving city to city. Usually, when they finish a match, they have to get in the shower, do whatever they got to do. They're on that bus, they're on to the next city already. Like,
Yeah, if
that's
you
how it
watch
is.
Total Divas or whatever, it showed you how much they travel. It's ridiculous. They finish the show, and then now they're back, and they're doing like they got to go to do another show. This ain't this is real, bro. This is how they do it, and
Mhm.
that schedule is ridiculous. 365 days a year. WWE does not stop. The NBA
Nope.
stops for 3 months. The NFL stops after February. You know what I'm saying? And then they come back in August. WWE does not stop.
The only
They
time
go
you'll probably go
12
home
months of the year.
is if you have like a severe injury that you need to take time to recover from. That's the only time you'll probably actually go home.
Exactly. Or
Or if
you
you just so happen to
or
be
you
in your
just
hometown.
or you written off of TV and need to take leave, like let's say like how Becky Lynch, was written off to go have her baby. If you're pregnant, you'll take that time off, of course.
Yeah, you
Or
can.
if your child about to be born, you can have a storyline to get injured and then you take some time off. That's the only time you get taken off. But I seen wrestlers work a Monday Night Raw and get married that Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're back on the road again for Monday Night Raw on that Monday. They had no honeymoon.
Nope.
Their honeymoon was traveling to go to the next city.
Mm-hmm. So
But they won't
like
say
that.
there's people that tell me that these people don't work hard. Their job is easy. They're paid millions of dollars just to hit someone.
Yeah.
But they don't
And
understand the work that goes into it, how much
so
in shape they have to be. It's ridiculous. They
the
still have
amount
to
of
stay in shape.
training, the amount of work ethic, the amount of pressure, and keep in mind when they're wrestling, they only have one chance to get it right. One chance. They, they can rehearse things, or not like this. They can go through, with the plans and the spots of oh, um, when we're like 10 minutes in this match, CT here is gonna throw me off the turnbuckle. I'm gonna hit the announce table. Or hey, CT for the finish of this match, I'm gonna hit you with a super kick, and you're gonna fall, and I'm gonna hit a splash on you for the 1, 2, 3. Like they do that, so it's like you take these things, these ideas, and you throw them into a creative position where not only that, but as head of creative, Triple H, right now,
Mm-hmm.
the amount of storylines you have to create is also got to be a headache. You're trying to focus on this story. Oh, what's going to happen with this? Okay, championship story. How are you going to write this out? How would this play out to where the fans want this? Oh,
Exactly, bro.
we gotta write this new guy that we just signed. What are his plans? Oh, we gotta figure that out. Like there's so many like audibles, intangibles, whatever you want to call them, that just make wrestling so good. And the element of surprise is probably the best factor. Like the Royal Rumble is like in like 2 weeks. It's already the what 18th of January. Like, bro, the Royal Rumble happens on February 1st. I hope you're ready
Mm-hmm.
because not only is this John Cena's retirement tour, this is gonna be like one of the probably the best Royal Rumble we've seen in a very very long time. Because of the names so far, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, uh, uh, Jay Uso, um, and many other names, main names that are going to be in this Rumble. So you know this is going to be a this is going to be a one hell of a WrestleMania year. And the thing
Absolutely.
is, we're just getting started. Raw on Netflix was literally like 3 weeks ago. They're having Saturday night main event. I think probably tonight. If it's not tonight, it might be next Saturday. But it's about to be crazy, and you don't want to miss that. And
Absolutely.
anybody,
So like probably, by the time this comes out, it'll be towards the end of January, almost Royal Rumble time. So I want to ask you, I know we talked about this privately on the other day. Well,
Mhm.
let's bring this conversation here to the podcast and for this interview. Royal Rumble WrestleMania season. The first question I'm going to ask you is, who is your two Royal Rumble winners? And the second question I want you to answer is, who do you think will main event WrestleMania 41, night one and night two? Go.
God damn, one and two, WrestleMania main event night 1 and 2 is crazy. Royal Rumble, okay, so hmm, Royal Rumble, my two winners, like who's likely to win or who I want to see win, because that's two
Who
different
do
things.
you want to see specifically
All right,
win the Royal
all right.
Rumble, and who do you
So
want to see main event 41, night one and night two?
to be honest, all right, but be honest. There's only two names I think I want to see win the Rumble, and one person has already won, right? And another person hasn't. My first name is Finn Balor. My
Mm-hmm.
very first name. We all know what happened in that Universal Tournament 2016. We all know why we want to see that happen again. And because it was confirmed by WWE that he's getting a push later on to 2025 or this year in general, you can start off the year with that. And consider the fact he just got done with his rivalry with Finn Balor, and he's probably about to leave the Judgment Day, probably about next week or around this time. Like, I'm ready to see like Finn Balor take it up a notch. And people don't know these wrestlers actually getting old. Finn Balor's actually 40 something. I think 44, 45. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, like I want to see like he has to win another championship before he calls it quits or moves the company or any of that. But like as much as people want to see John Cena for some odd reason win the 17th championship or win the Intercontinental Championship, I don't want to see either of those things happen. I don't. Listen to me and listen well.
Let
I do
let me
not want to,
I need you to explain this take for the people on this premiere because I already know they're gonna be like, "What? Come on, tell
I
us
do
why."
not. I repeat, I do not want to see John Cena at main event WrestleMania night 1 or 2. Two reasons. One, it's John Cena. We've been watching him for longer than most of us have been born, most likely. And we've seen him already have 16 title runs, which is already a lot. Already a lot. Now, sure, Ric Flair has 17. I'm not doubting that. Keep in mind, Like he can beat it. He can. But also John Cena's old. John Cena is old. And then, yes, this might be his last time is now, sure. But I don't think like I feel like he's kind of lost a few steps in the ring a little bit if you watch like the matches that he's had so far.
Mm-hmm.
And like the idea of people thinking like he's gonna be Super Cena again, I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't. Like, do I think like at WrestleMania, when he goes, I don't want to see it, but we're probably gonna get it anyway. It don't really make me a difference. But John Cena, as great as he is, as much as a fan of him I is, like make some room for talent. You know what I'm saying? You have way too many people on the roster who wants a WrestleMania moment. I think like once you've had too many though, it kind of grows like it's not like a selfish thing, but you want to end on a good note type of thing. And yes, while it is his last time, his last WrestleMania. Keep in mind, guys, this is just his last WrestleMania, but he has a whole year. He's not just going. He's not just gonna be WrestleMania. He's gonna be done. No, he's going all the way through December with it. That's what they don't realize. It's not just WrestleMania. He's gonna finish all the way through December. So he has a lot of time. So he doesn't need a championship there. As long as he gets it, probably if he gets it after Mania or so, I'll be fine. But and then think about it, Mr. Cole. Let me ask you this: how many
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rumbles has John Cena won so far?
John Cena has won 2 Royal Rumbles back
And what
in
years
2008 and 2013.
exactly? So you're telling me you want to see somebody win a Royal Rumble 3 times?
What Stone Cold Steve Austin did it.
That's Stone Cold.
But
But
you can't just say that's Stone Cold
but there's
and
also John
this
Cena
is
we're talking
this
about.
is
So
the
I'm like,
retirement tour of Johnny Boy.
but keep this
This
in
is
mind. Keep
the
this in mind.
last time is
Uh,
now, Jordan.
but listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm just being
But
argumentative with it.
yeah, I
Okay.
know. But here's also the thing. Everyone wants to see him with the Royal Rumble, but people are forgetting the Elimination Chamber.
You right?
Regardless, if he loses the Royal Rumble, he can still go to Mania through the Elimination Chamber. I
Yeah,
rather I don't I
I
rather
get that.
see
I get it.
I'd rather see John Cena win the Elimination Chamber than win the Royal Rumble. I'm not saying he's
Really?
overrated, and I don't want to sound like a Cena hater. I love John Cena. John Cena's been a childhood hero, as mine, as his, as pretty much all of you that are watching right now. Like he's been a fan of us for a long time. I just think the roster depth and the amount of storylines you can cook by using more talent and younger talent can go over. And I'm not gonna say like it's gonna halt them in the progress, but it's going to do that. If you had this backup story of let's say, you know, it's John Cena versus Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo's
Okay.
like a young guy in WWE who hasn't really had a run. You feel me? He just came over like later last year, from NXT, and he's put on some banger matches while he's been on the main roster, right? But let's just say Carmelo Hayes is the last person, like him and John Cena, the last two in the ring in the Royal Rumble. John Cena eliminates him. The crowd is going to cheer for Cena, but because Carmelo Hayes put on this clinic of a last stand in the Royal Rumble, he gets elevated by the crowd, not just like you know talent, like creative. It's going to be like talent people, right? So you use that and you give him a push. Okay, John Cena wins the Royal Rumble. He goes to Mania. He's gonna challenge Cody Rhodes, babyface, babyface. But because this push of Carmelo Hayes, he gets added to Elimination Chamber. He wins Elimination Chamber. So he's like, all right, Melo don't miss. I'm him. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna challenge for the world title too. So then we get a triple threat match, night two, WrestleMania. What then? And let's just say, oh, it's gonna be this crazy stipulation of it's a triple threat elimination match. and Melo's the first one to go because you don't see Melo beating Cody Rhodes, and you damn sure don't see Melo beating John Cena. So then that push was just for nothing, and he didn't even need to really be added to the match now. So you're kind of squashing his momentum and his talent. And you're holding that because you have John Cena's retirement to it. And like I said, it's not just like John Cena, but like, bro, like he can just have a banger match. He doesn't need a championship. That's another thing. That's really my second reason. Everyone wants to see him hold a championship. He doesn't need that. He
Well,
doesn't.
well, well, well. Let me throw the record in here. The other day, you said that you wouldn't mind The Rock winning the Royal Rumble. Does The Rock need to win the Royal Rumble? No.
No. I didn't say I didn't mind him winning. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he was added to it. And that's what I said. I don't care if The Rock is. I don't want The Rock to win. I just said I don't care if he's
So,
added.
so you don't care if he's added. So you don't want him to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure because look, if you're going this hard on John Cena, The Rock should not win the Royal Rumble. I don't know why people are claiming that he will. That's the most ridiculous thing of it
Well,
all to
no.
me.
Okay, so the storyline is that the Rock after WrestleMania 41, you remember the Rock and Cody had a little face off. Rock said they had some unfinished business, and you saw the Raw on Netflix later on, like a few weeks ago, where he was acting all corporate and stuff like that. Gave Cody his flowers for carrying the company and stuff like that. But keep in mind, it's still the final boss we're talking about, like the final boss. That means something. You know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
Unfinished business. You know what that translates to? A championship. And what championship is he likely to go for? Yeah, the Undisputed Universe World Championship. So
But
that
they should be like, okay, he's The Rock. He doesn't need the Royal Rumble. He can just say, I want Cody at WrestleMania. You
that's
let the
true.
guy that wins the Royal Rumble should face Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Yep. And
If
so
if we're getting Rock and Cody, the guy that wins the Royal Rumble should face Gunther for the world title at WrestleMania, and that should be the main event of night one. If Rock and Cody's happening, that's just me.
if that's happening,
If
you know, now
I don't
see
think it needs a title to happen, I think that it
it
can
doesn't.
happen at a SummerSlam. I think it
The
happened at
main.
Survivor Series after Cody drops the belt. They can do that as
All
Rock's
right. So
last
look.
match. Honestly,
So look.
to me,
My, but okay. The second person I have winning the Royal Rumble is Drew McIntyre. It's just straight up. Is because it's Drew McIntyre. I don't. I mean, it's Drew McIntyre. We've seen him win the Royal Rumble before, but keep in mind he won the Royal Rumble with no audience,
okay.
and he also won the World Title the first time with no audience. But then he did win it at 41, but didn't hold that bit for like more than 5 minutes, which was sad.
Wait. No. He won the Royal Rumble with an audience.
I mean, he won with the audience. He didn't win the title with the audience. My bad. I did say that
Yeah, he
backwards.
didn't he
But
didn't he didn't win the title with an audience. Correct. So I
but
I say McIntyre and Gunther sounds like a banger.
it is a
So
banger
I would
because
do
they
it.
faced each other before.
I
My
would do
favorite
it.
WrestleMania match in recent history is Sheamus versus Gunther versus Drew at WrestleMania. That triple threat match for the IC title. That was a banger.
Mm-hmm.
So you can
Yeah.
already put this this feud because they faced each other before, right? But also it's like these are two like hard hitting people, right? So that would make that match so good. And really, if he won the Royal Rumble, that's an easy like night one, depending on what happens between the storylines from here now. That's an easy like night one main event. Night two is gonna be either the championship or or you see, I'm using my creative mind here versus like Triple H's creative mind. I would like to see a fatal four way.
Okay. So what would this fatal four way be?
Roman Reigns versus The Rock versus Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. Maybe a
Whoa,
fatal
whoa,
five way
whoa,
if you
whoa.
if If you want to include John Cena, if he wins that, because I did just forget about him. But yeah, actually no, it should be Roman versus John versus CM Punk versus Cody. Fatal
That's a
four-way.
lot of chaos. You could just do CM Punk and Roman Reigns by themselves. That
You
saves.
could, but then
But
like
but why would you combine them? So what's the thinking here?
the thinking was just like you want a match that's gonna feed generations. Because you seen how WrestleMania 40 went. You had the bloodline story. You incorporate that into the main event, and you've seen all these crazy hits, these crazy spots, the crazy pops. You can do that again. Now I'm not saying copy and paste the shit. No, no. Because there's a lot of rivalries and a lot of stories you can just put into one, right? Cody Rhodes wants to be a babyface, cool. CM Punk has that favor from Paul Heyman. Let's say he misses WrestleMania. He's not going to miss it because if he did, he can use that favor from Paul Heyman to get into the main event of WrestleMania because Paul Heyman can do that. He can. Now, Roman Reigns, he's not far. He's not far away from that title picture at all. So he can get added to it by some probably stipulation. Let's say Roman can win Elimination Chamber. John Cena wins the
Mm-hmm.
Rumble. They both want their respective title reigns. Last time is now. Tribal Chief wants the title back. They both challenge for that. CM Punk has the favor from Paul Heyman. Well, he didn't. Well, CM Punk didn't win the Rumble. CM Punk didn't win the Elimination Chamber. Hey, Paul Heyman, add me to that match. Fatal four way. You feel me? It could
Okay,
work,
so
but
I
that.
see I see your logic. Okay,
Mhm.
you're kind of cooking a little bit. I see the logic. I see it making a little bit of sense there. Um, but for me though, I would like a fatal four way would be great. I think that should be like one of their last options. If they feel like they need to combine every story that they got going on, and you really want to sell that second night of WrestleMania by having four of the biggest stars in the company in one match, I think it would be sick. Honestly, I think it would be awesome.
Who is the true
But it
face of the company? That's
pretty
really what
much,
that would be. And I mean, that's just me being like creative. Like that's the match that you would just make in WWE and just see what happens. But nah, bro, I'm not. Nah, that wouldn't work. I mean, to be honest, that is a long shot, and I don't see that trigger being pulled anytime soon. But
yeah,
really,
no,
you
I
can.
don't see Triple H doing that. Like I said, that will be probably a last resort, the
Yeah,
kind
but
of thing.
Cena and Cody or The Rock and Cody. Night one and night two, I mean, really, I can't tell. Now, if you come ask me like after like February when the Royal Rumble's over, I can probably give you a more clear picture of what direction this is going in. But for now, I don't really know, so I can't even tell you like
What
what
about the
what
women?
I
Who do you got winning the women's rumble?
if Charlotte and Becky actually return, it's one to know for
Okay.
sure.
Outside of
Um,
Charlotte and Becky, do you see them going with a surprise, going with somebody new, somebody unexpected?
I want Shayna Baszler to win because she's overdue for a push. She's been way overdue for a push.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because she's really good, but she doesn't get any opportunities like that for her.
I agree. They just don't know how to use Shayna Baszler, and I thought that Triple H was going to use Shayna way better than he been doing.
First
So,
of all, they have a
um,
faction with Sonya Deville, and Sonya Deville is garbage. It was cool when it was just her and Zoe Stark. I had no problem with that. Sure, Sonya got added to that bitch. I was mad as shit. And then on top of that, you have an ass name called Pure Fusion Collective. What the fuck is that? Cole, what the hell is that? What is Pure Fusion Collective? Why is the name so long? Why is it even
I
a
don't,
faction?
I don't know. You asked Hunter Hearst Helmsley. I don't know why it's that damn long. He made Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He was that for a little bit.
And
So
on
I
top of
I
that,
mean,
the worst part is, guess what? They still don't even win matches. So what are they there
and they
for?
and
They were
they
supposed to
claim
all
to be
split up.
pure. Look. They can't. They claim to be pure, and they can't win.
Pure fusion
Come
losers.
on,
Pure
the
fusion
purification
jobbers.
losers,
Damn.
pure
I don't want
jobbers.
to. I don't even want to. I don't even want to say that because I love them. Like, except for Sonya. Like Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler, they're good. I like them when they were a tag
What's
team.
wrong with Sonya Deville? She looks well. She looks amazing, and
You know, why,
she can
why, why
wrestle.
you back? Why you why you backtracking that so quick?
Uh, uh,
What's the matter
uh, I'm
there?
gonna leave that one. Oh no,
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 no, no, no, no, no, no,
you almost got me
no,
caught up, bruh.
no, 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 no,
You
no, no, no,
almost
no,
got
no,
me
no.
caught up. I
We
can't be
ain't.
saying that right now.
We can't. Bro. Hey,
I'm gonna
hey,
look.
listen, listen, listen.
You almost got me
What's the name?
caught up, bro. I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, y'all comment down below what y'all think about
Somebody
that one.
special might be watching this podcast. I gotta watch my
Hey,
words
hey.
now.
Like,
Hey,
bro,
you know.
I don't hate no characters, but like, bro, I think her moveset needs work like badly. Like, just like the moves that she does, I feel like are so basic. I ain't
Well,
but
How are they basic?
to be honest, like she doesn't like I don't know. Her moveset doesn't move me per se. I don't even know what her finisher is. That's how bad
Well,
it is.
most WWE women need work in the ring, but that's a hot take for another day. Um,
Mm. No, I ain't say all that. I did not say all that. He
I'm
said
not
that.
gonna
Y'all
wake
heard
it
that.
up.
Y'all said
I'm
that.
gonna leave that one
He
alone.
said that. Don't come
Y'all
after
gonna
me.
catch that.
That's
Look,
crazy.
y'all gonna catch that in
That's crazy.
February. You gonna see what I'm talking about.
That's
You gonna
crazy.
catch that
But
one in February.
I wouldn't say all that. But yeah.
I'm gonna
But
leave it
yeah.
alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Look. Me and Expert Gaming had that conversation. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Keep that
All
in
right.
DMs.
Look. I'm gonna let y'all. Look. I'm gonna let y'all keep that one. Keep that under wraps. But
Hmm.
I just think that like I mean, there's a lot of great women talent, but they're not getting any towards a push. I don't know why. But then again, it's about to improve again because Stephanie McMahon, she's still there and she's writing, women's stories and women's storylines. So
That's allegedly. That's not confirmed. That's
yeah,
allegedly.
that's allegedly. But
I don't
but
think
if
that
she is
she's
doing that, like if she
in the
is,
company. She's. I think she's back in her ambassador role. I don't think that
okay,
she's actually within the company right now. She's still at home.
and but even if that's the case, like then the storylines are definitely going to improve and they're definitely going to be more hard hitting. Like, bro,
Yeah. You know, I agree with that. I think the storylines are about to be way better. I think that Triple H finally realized that he was neglecting the women for a long time. And I think that he's about to wake them up. Well, especially with some rumored returns that we're going to be having um within the next few weeks. I think that they need to really put the focus back on the women. Because arguably, folks, guys, the focus really has not been on them as much. It's really been at the top of the card with the men. So hopefully we get more hard hitting stories from the
of
women.
course, of course. Now that but yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with the women's division at all. I just think that like there needs to be more opportunities, but there's going to be because now you got women's mid card titles, so that
Yeah,
opens up
that I was
a
trying to get to.
lot. That opens up a lot of potential matches and everything like that. So I'm excited to see what happens in the future for that for sure. Um,
Absolutely. But let's track on to our next topic for the podcast. Let's go on to gaming. So Jordan, what type of video games do you play? Are you a big
man,
gamer? No.
am I a big gamer, brother? If I turn my camera around, you will see the game still loaded, bro. Like I am a heavy gamer. When I'm not at work, and if I'm not out doing stuff, I am at home. I'm on the game. Not because I have nothing better to do, but that's just the way I like it. It keeps me out of trouble. It keeps me at home. It keeps me safe. I have no problems with it. But also, like gaming's fun. Like gaming is fun, no matter what games you play. If you have a
It's
passion for that game, you have a passion for that activity, do it. Cause it ain't going nowhere, and only you get to decide how much you pay, how much you play, how much you enjoy it. Like if you have that passion for it, go for it, and that is 100% true. I will never not. like knock nobody for doing what they love. My hobby is gaming. That's what I do for fun, and that's what I love. So yes, I do play
Hey,
games.
look, they always say that I'm the preacher on the podcast, but you just preached the word right there. I
Man,
agree.
look, man,
Absolutely. Video games have been a part of my life since I was about 3 to 4 years old. And
always.
it never left. You I don't know if y'all can see that beautiful PS5 back there. That was just on. I was just working on some content for you guys before we came on this podcast. You can see my PS4 right here too. You know, it's a passion of mine as well, and like you said, it's kept me out of drama. It's kept me out of mess. Because like if I'm not making YouTube videos and I'm not recording CTP content or making podcasts, I'm on the game. I'm on the game, or playing all kinds of games, single player narrative games. I'm playing multiplayer games when I feel like it. I'm in PS parties playing Fortnite with friends. I'm doing it all. So and like or I'm talking to people about gaming. We talk about the games that we played and stuff like that, and our experiences with it. You know, I work. My job. Well, not job, but my side hustle, you would call it, revolves around video games and the WWE 2K franchise. That's the side hustle I got.
And
So
also like
I'm,
streaming.
you know, streaming too. I could if I have more time. I'll definitely stream every week if I have more time because I
Oh,
think I have the
for
charisma to
sure.
pull it off.
Oh
But
yeah.
I just don't have the time right now in the schedule to say, all right, we're gonna stream this week. No, that's something that I gotta make time for in 2025. And I said I want to do more gaming streams, play more games this year. And I've done a great job. I finished some games that I started last year. I got Hogwarts Legacy still sitting on that desk in the paper. Um, I need to get that one going. And as you see that, look, that's your gaming headset right there.
No, this was gonna be my streaming mic. However, I'm missing some components. Now, I don't know what I'm missing, but I'll figure that out soon enough. But yeah, man, just games, bro. Games be the chillest thing to do. Yeah, you
I
feel some type of way,
definitely
you
that
like to
mic
have
that you
that.
have right there, Jordan Dub.
Mhm.
For on the real though, that mic that you have, that's a podcasting mic.
It is a podcast mic. That's what originally what I bought it for. But because I thought I was gonna be able to hook it up to my PlayStation and like probably be able to record off there, but I can't. So
No, 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 no.
uh,
You'll need a computer. And once you invest yourself, I think the next big investment you can make is getting you a laptop. And,
I
and
do
and you
I
can
do
use
need
that
one.
microphone right there to really start a podcast if you want to. It will, and also that whatever that podcast you currently have, you can talk about it on your interview.
Oh,
The podcast you
okay.
currently have, it will increase your production by 10 times if you really invest in a laptop.
That is true. The podcast he's referring to is OG Wrestle Talk with me and two of my homies, Dale Gold and Chris Cash, where we talk about everything wrestling. And because we've been watching wrestling for so long, we're the OGs of wrestling. I'm the young OG. You got OG Throwback, Big Pause, which is Chris, and you have Dale, which is the OG Wise Man. So, like,
Throw wait. I was like, why did you pause? I was like, you just said OG
yeah,
throwback. That's not
I,
bad.
it's not. But people, if you have a younger audience, they'll probably be like, "Hey, yo," and I didn't want to do all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
for the
but
13-year-olds watching. Hey, yo,
yeah,
no.
yeah, we don't
He
need all
just
that.
said
So that's
that
what.
he's OG throwback because he's the oldest. That's that's
Yeah,
the only reason why he said it like that.
and then like, bro, like it's a lot of yeah. We talk about everything, which is actually funny because today I have something prepared for you that you had no clue about that I saved for this interview.
Okay.
Um, I want to test your wrestling knowledge, and also I wanted to also make it fun. Now they have a I have two things. if I can find it. One of them is WWE called Odd Man Out, where I will name some wrestlers, and you have to figure out what all wrestlers have in common, except for probably one of those wrestlers, which is
Oh
pretty
wow.
fun because you are required to think, right? Um,
Okay.
there's also a Would You Rather WWE edition in terms of moves, in terms of what you gotta win, what you would do, just stuff like that. And those are really really fun. So if you ever wanted to play one of those, you just let me know. And yeah, um, the problem is though, my notes aren't loaded, so I can't necessarily do them unless I
Mm-hmm.
unless I got off my phone real quick and just did it like that. I would probably have to do it like this. But yeah, they're definitely over here. But yeah, um,
Okay. Well, I feel like, if I know I was supposed to come on y'all's podcast, I just haven't had a chance to do that yet.
it's
Um,
all good.
if y'all want me to play those games that he just described, get this video to 20 likes, and I'll go on their podcast and I will play those games
We
for
do
y'all.
live stream. We live stream on Instagram so far. We
So
will eventually make our move to YouTube. But for now, we're on Instagram. You can follow the page at OG Wrestle Talk. That's exactly what it is.
and I'll
Um,
link it so y'all can go follow the page and y'all can see me play that game.
yeah, and you know, just hit that follow button. All the content is pretty much getting loaded and getting ready to go. It's 2025. It's a new year, and we starting off with a banger. So
Yeah. So
we getting ready for it for sure. Another thing is if you guys ever want to see me play a game with uh with Cole here, as far as like you say, he has Fortnite, he has all these games, and because we're both gamers, when we have time for it, let me know if you guys want to see him, either whoop him in a game or compete with him in a game. WB wise, like if he in WWE, bro, I ain't
whip
gonna
me
lie.
is crazy. That's not happening. Especially not in any WWE 2K game. That's no.
I don't know about that one, bro. I mean, 24 bro seems pretty. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of cracked.
Yeah. I was gonna say in that game after playing it for over a year, you're not getting me in that.
Sure about that? All right. No, so when I kick out
I
anything, and the line and the kick out line is like this small, bro, and I kick out, you're gonna be like, "What? How did you kick out of that?"
No, you won't. You won't. I'm going to do enough damage, make you tap out for all that if I need to. You
You're
ain't
not
beating
gonna
me,
make me
bro.
tap out. You're not about to fight me over that. You're not about to fight me then to make me tap out. Nah,
Yes. Who said the can? It's called. We call it in the online sphere an embarrassment win. You see, we're gonna be. It's when you beat your opponent down so bad, you bloody him up or whatever. If you're fighting with dudes, and then you go for a submission, and it's the ultimate humiliation. You go like that, dang, dang,
yeah.
dang, 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 dang. You tap out, and that's exactly what you're gonna
Trust
do.
me, bro.
Tapping out.
I'm not gonna be tapping because the only thing I'm gonna do is reverse it. So all I'm gonna do
Yeah,
is
you gonna reverse it
spam
every single time.
every single time. My nickname
Okay,
in WWE
sure,
is Mr. Reversal. So I ain't gonna lie.
sure,
If
buddy,
I
sure, buddy.
if
Look,
my W and look, listen to me. If my WWE profile page, like if my WWE if WWE had profile pictures, bro, my profile picture would be an Uno reverse card because you are not getting me. Like no matter what you try. Like dude,
you is
I'm reversing
you is
everything that you
hilarious.
do.
You is hilarious, bro. That
Hey, content coming soon. That's all I'm gonna say. For sure, I'm not sure, but guess what? It's coming soon. So
well,
if you guys want to see
definitely,
that, you guys let me know. And
definitely. We like I
we'll
said,
stick
we're
together.
gonna be trying to invest in more streams. I was supposed to play expert gaming and super kick in WWE 2K, but we still haven't got that together ourselves. So you might be on that. You might be on that list too, because
All right.
you talking all this smack. Coletrain might have to go on the world tour
Watch this. You
and
know what
win against
happens?
expert,
You
win
about to
against
make me
super kick,
don't
and
make me
then
confirm
bring
my
my way to Jordan. Go up them highways and byways.
Hey,
And go
hey,
get you.
hey, you see this? This is what you fighting for right here. See this? This is what you're gonna fight for right here. This is
Please,
what you're gonna fight
man.
for. This is what you're gonna fight for
I can
right now.
take that belt.
You're
I
not going.
promise you.
You're not going to, because I am the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE 2K United States champion of the world. Okay, and you're
Ain't
not
happening.
taking this. And you know what happens, huh? You know what happens when you think you can beat me in WWE? You know what
Okay.
happens when you think you
What
can beat
happens?
me in WWE?
What happens?
I'm
Got
putting
got shut
promos
on
on
this.
you now. You know what happens? You just made the list.
All right.
Yeah. What you know about that? What you know
Of
about that?
course, of course, we
Yeah.
know about that. That was the
Yeah.
list of Jericho. Everybody knows about the list
Yeah.
of Jericho.
Yeah, man,
Come
man.
on, man.
You see this?
Even though
See when
Chris
I get
Jericho's a shell of his own self, but we're not gonna wake up that conversation.
wait, nah. Pretty
We
much
let
any,
leave that one alone.
pretty much any AEW bets. Pretty much show up. So,
Oh.
I mean, I
Dang it.
mean,
Dang
I mean,
you ain't gotta be like that now.
hey. Am I wrong?
I mean, you ain't wrong, but
But my
come on,
thing
man.
is like, okay, you can't tell me that a 20-year-old vet that's been in WWE goes to a new company and his legacy in WWE still exists, but it's being undershadowed by his AEW performance. Chris Jericho,
Well,
Adam
that's
Copeland,
Jericho. Oh,
Adam Copeland.
oh,
The only
dang.
person, the only two people that I'm not gonna say is Sting and Christian Cage.
Yeah, because Christian
That's
Cage had a better career. Arguably, I think his AEW career is better than his WWE one. I'm not gonna wake that one up. And Sting had a very, very great run and a great ending. Everybody else, mm,
they're
I don't know.
close. And hey, that's your opinion. You know, keep it like how it is. But yeah, in terms of
Yeah.
game, but back to your original point though, games. I play Call of Duty, Fortnite, Need for Speed. I play God of War. I've played I play Naruto games, anime games. I'm not good at them. Like whoever challenges me, bro, you got it, bro. I'm not even gonna put up pretty much a fight. You know, like y'all got it. Especially like all you people who are playing Sparking Zero and Demon Slayer and all that stuff. Yeah, I got it. All right. I always say Sparking Zero because I know he plays it. So no. All right, you got it. You got
Yes,
that dub.
yes,
You had that dub. Okay. Now,
yes.
now I do
Of
I do
course,
watch
you.
the animes. I do watch the animes. I just do not mess with the games.
You
That's
look,
it.
look. Once you upgrade to next gen, we're gonna get you on that Sparking Zero, and I'm gonna go Ultra Instinct and mess you up. See, that's why I wore that shirt just for that joke.
That's crazy. He waited for this
See,
punchline. He was waiting all this
it
time.
worked. It worked because look, Ultra Instinct. See that? See that here, guys? That's Goku right there, y'all.
But you see this shirt though?
Goku.
I can't let this shirt down, bro. I'm here to do exactly this and
No,
this.
that's
So
not
so so
happening in
that
WWE
man
2K.
man, I guess
It
what?
might
Guess what?
happen.
Listen,
It might
listen,
happen in something like NBA 2K or
listen
something
to me.
like that, but
Listen
no.
well. At the end of that day,
Okay.
Mr. CT Productions, you will acknowledge me as your tribal gamer.
Sure, buddy. Sure, but
we're gonna we're gonna make a Ula Fala just for gaming and just
no, my
we'll, we'll,
goodness,
we'll
man.
send it back and forth between who wins.
That is
That
that's absolutely crazy.
that's
But
crazy.
oh man, I got nothing else, man. I'm through, man. Um, thank
Yeah.
you for coming on to the podcast. It has been a blast. We talked a lot about wrestling. This is more mainly wrestling center since that's the main thing that you watch a lot anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what I really want to keep it for this one.
Okay.
You can share some of your socials and then we're gonna close this one out, man.
All right. You can follow me at JDV underscore 17 underscore 2020. I do need to change that username because it's old, but that
Oh
is
my
my
goodness.
Instagram. Yeah, it's pretty old. But y'all can follow me that on Instagram. Instagram is the main way you'll reach me. I have Snap. I'm not really on Snap like that. Um, and TikTok pretty much just got banned, but I never even had it in the first place. Um, yeah, so just Instagram, bro. That's the only way you're gonna make sure. I don't have a Facebook and none of that. So yeah. Um, if you guys want to add me on PlayStation, you can add me at streamer underscore pro 9007. I did not make that name. PlayStation gave me that name, and I can't change it. So yeah. Uh, if you ever want to run any other games or something like that, just let me know. Hit me a message. Say you saw me on here, and you know we'll get there. And make sure you guys follow our Wrestle Talk podcast. That's OG Wrestle Talk. You know what I'm saying? Just spelled like that, no spaces, no uppercase letters, just OG Wrestle Talk. Should be three. Should be three on there. And yeah, you guys will be ready because everything's coming soon. And for all the other crews who want to see me do feature future videos with Mr. CT Productions, like I said, 10 likes, just go ahead and we'll get something for sure. Other than that, it's been an honor. Mr. Cole, I thank you for having me. And we'll see what happens in WWE in the next few months because it's WrestleMania season. So let's get it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much again for coming on to the podcast. I've had a blast. This was a great conversation. We talked about everything that we normally talk about, and we just brought it on here for the podcast. And really, really excited to see what's going to happen in WWE in 2025. Really excited to see where both of our 2025s will be going. But again, if you guys enjoyed, adhere to all of those links and do as you please with that for Mr. Jordan. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe down below to the Coletrain channel. We are on the road to 2,500 subscribers. We are about 21 away as of this recording. Let's get that 2,500 before the end of the month. I would really, really appreciate that. Send your friends over, hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Instagram at Coletrain 2018. You can follow me on Snapchat at Coletrain 2017. I also am on Discord at ColetrainCTP. And you can also join the Coletrain Productions Discord. That's where you get updates on everything Universe Mode, CTP related. You get everyday updates on the Train Talks podcast, Coletrain interview series, and anything that we have going on Coletrain and Deshawn Train Productions. You can also subscribe to the Deshawn Train Productions channel. We are 8 subscribers away from 100 subscribers on the Deshawn Train Productions channel. Go hit that subscribe button over there. Let's get that channel this year to its first 1,000 subscribers. I would love for you guys to do that. And follow the rest of my social medias that I have. My Twitter or X now, my Blue Sky, all of that will be in the description down below. I do have a TikTok. We don't know as of this recording if TikTok will be fully banned or not. We don't know. We'll find out. As of we're recording this, TikTok is looking to be banned tomorrow. We'll see if it get banned or not
And
tomorrow
most
at
likely
midnight.
will.
We'll see.
And
Most
most likely
likely will.
will.
We'll
Because
see. But
a lot of people
I
already
do have
lost
a
their
TikTok.
accounts.
If TikTok exists, then I will link my TikTok in the description down below this video. I've been your host Coletrain. This has been the Train Talks podcast. Be phenomenal or be forgotten is not just the same as a way of life. And remember to be glorious at every single thing that you do. Peace out, y'all, and I'll see you guys on the next Coletrain interviews.